Three.
What's good, my brother?
Chilling, my guy. How you feeling?
I was feeling good. I guess the first thing I got to start off with, right, is
Yes, sir.
happy 10-year anniversary, my guy. Yeah, I got to go there real quick. That's the first thing we got to talk about.
That's dope.
10
That's
years.
dope. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so let's go here. Your first card, January 4th, 2014. Swave Server, Rosenberg Raw. A Verb Ali Boom. Goods Danger Zone. Big Canvas T Money. Bonnie Godiva and Duchess. Flames versus Bones Brigante. And Oops versus Blue Ray.
Right. Yeah.
Did you expect to be here now on July 14th talking to me about a card 10 years ago?
I mean, we wasn't really looking that far ahead with it. It was just like, yo, we love this right here. This is what we want to do, and it's go time. It wasn't no plan like, all right, so at our 10-year mark, all the way back then, it was more like, you know what I mean, this is what we in it. We love it. You know what I mean? Let's be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, the time flew by.
Did it ever flew by? My Lord. But did you expect to still be here though, doing what you're doing though? Did you shot to Lawrence?
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Relevant?
It wasn't really a plan. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised that we're still here because I feel like we have all the elements to be a steady pace business, right? A steady pace company. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's our business background, our ideas, our innovation, our financing, our perseverance, our personalities, our character, the way that we coordinate and negotiate and work with people and all that type of shit. So I feel like I'm not surprised, you know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised that we're still here, but it's not something that we was like planning like, yo, you know what I mean? Like we're gonna be in this 20 years later. Like you don't know. You don't know.
Do you feel that for anniversary card, they should have been a couple guys maybe from on the anniversary card or?
Yes and no. Every card that we do that's
A-Verb
really
is on here, but go ahead.
Yeah. Every card that we do that's like I guess has a little bit more energy than normal for us. I like to see certain people on it. I've done pretty well with that over the years. So I definitely like to move that around. But at the same time, you don't have to be on a card to enjoy a 10-year anniversary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody along the way has played a part. You know what I'm saying? The first thing you said when we got on here was congratulations. You're playing a part right now. You're a part of this. You know what I'm saying? Like I still have it on the channel back then, the joint with me, you, Angry Fan, and Jay Black. This before people knew what you look like. You know what I'm saying? People may not even know why your joint says reloaded. You know what I'm saying? People might not even know the history of why it says reloaded right there on your joint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about a lot of history here. So I feel like whether you're on a card or not, if you support RBE, if you're a part of RBE, if you're an RBE hitter, this is still your moment, whether you rap on September 2nd or not.
As a league owner, you're still a fan. You gotta admit though, when you press send for Hitman and Ill Will, were you doing the Birdman rub just a tad bit though?
Was I what?
Doing the Birdman rub. Were you doing the Birdman rub a little bit?
Nah. I mean, we could talk about those two matchups definitely because those are the ones that's out. But I feel like I spoke to Verb about A-Ward maybe like a month ago or something like that. And the first time we touched base about it, he declined. So honorable, like the way he declined, because there's never no hard feelings in negotiation. Supposed to be, at least, respect, whether we're aligned or not, whether, I agree with you bringing or you disagree with what I'm bringing, whatever the case may be. But we touched base, and it was like the first time that we talked about, getting back to us working together on RBE. And, I came to the table with something, and he respectfully declined. Not only did he respectfully decline, but he said, "What you got going on next?" And I think I was doing not closure, Divide and Conquer 2 at the time. And he was like, "Yo, and I'm gonna promote your shit." And I was like, "Oh, that's love, that's honor, that's dope." You know what I'm saying? Whenever we come back to the table, And then after that, I think the next time I thought I was gonna work with Verb, based on, you know, just that interaction that we had about A Ward. I thought it was going to be for Ill Will. You know what I'm saying? I really thought that the time that I was going to get A Verb back on RBE was going to be versus Will. That's what
I
I
don't mean
was
to cut your
thinking.
wisdom off, but when I interviewed Ill Will the other day, that's the question I asked him, ARP. I said, did
Yeah,
you think you'd be battling A Verb first before Hitman? Even though you and Hitman was spoken about before, it looked like
yeah.
you and A Verb are going to collision course on RB. But again, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's so this is all before Max Out 3 construction. So this is seeing him and Will, their little back and forth, and A-Work talking about Will and me loving that matchup and the fans picking up that matchup, you know what I'm saying? So this was before even Max Out 3. So in my mind, I was always eyeing that matchup. But
Okay.
when we really got into Max Out 3 mode, you know, it was obviously about a battle that means a lot to RBE. There's history behind it. It's been talked about for at least 2 years minimum. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main event. That's the Hitman and the Ill Will. You know what I'm saying? Even when I pulled up the Bags and Bodies for their season 1 finale, it's on my gram. And I see people starting to resurface that picture again. You know, I had Will and Hitman do a face off. It
I saw
wasn't
that.
booked
I saw
in.
that. I saw
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't being negotiated at that time or nothing, but that's me continuing to try to keep that, you know what I'm saying? And even before Hitman battle easy, you know what I'm saying? Like we was talking about that. And Hitman always knew, like, I know that's the one you want, and I'll fuck with the matchup too. And when the timing is right, you know, we gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes certain matchups is just about timing. It's about the negotiations, all the stars aligning the right way. The same thing happened with Will and Hollow. Will and Hollow took a while. You know what I'm saying? Like Hollow is his scheduling for like the last 3 years or 2 years or whatever. It's not really the easiest to find in between sometimes because he books himself a certain way, and I respect it. But now that Will and Hollow was something that we was really waiting for, and once that got locked in, it was just like, all right, we know the directions that we can go in now.
Well, if people have been paying attention, Hitman Holla has been in the last couple of events that Ill Will has been. I was there for Ill Will and Hollow, and I watched that man lock in on Ill Will. So I think he's been scouting also, if you're
Yeah,
as he should, because Ill Will, right? So, you
yeah.
know, let me ask you this.
I wanted Verb. Speaking of Verb earlier, don't mean to cut you off. I wanted Verb to pull up to a couple Blue Room events. I always put him on the guest list. I be texting him like, "Yo, pull up, we this weekend or whatever." I wanted him to come through and check it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, come rock out because you know we got back rocking again. You know what I mean? Everybody knows me and Verb had a fallout years ago. You know what I'm saying? And then we built that bridge back up. We got
Close
cool
this shit.
again.
Close this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, closure. Like real talk.
Right.
So, but as far as on back on the Hitman and the Will side, like absolutely, like you'll see Hitman there in the footage, you know what I'm saying, paying attention to A Ward versus Big K. You'll see him there watching, you know, a Hollow and a Ill Will, you know what I'm saying? And he knows like this nigga AR's been on this him and Will shit for a while. Like, so you know, he's a competitor. So whether he's in fan mode or not, as a battle rapper and as a competitor, you know he's looking at certain shit like I'm gonna see you one day. I don't know when, but I'm gonna see you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what's interesting though? So I did some research, right? And you did a
Yeah.
vlog just last year, right? And you were talking about Hitman and Ill Will. Now I
Hmm.
did not know this. I forgot about this. You said, and I quote, I guess you had conversations with Hitman about Ill Will the time that Hitman was battling Tay Rock, right?
Yeah, that was the
So
first time. That was so. That's almost some of the reason why him and Tay Rock happened. Um, from what I heard, from things I heard and things I seen back then. So at that time, we was doing the Rare Breeds card. That was Mook's Return versus Averb. And the original plan for that one, because anytime that I've locked in Hitman around that time, like even in the build battle and shit, like we thought of that type of shit. It's like, is this an opportunity to do some stupid St. Louis or Midwest versus, you know, bring back that old history? You know what I'm saying? So we had that thought because Verb was locked in with Mook. So it's like now if we bring in Hitman and we construct these matchups a certain way, we on to something, right? Just trying to be creative with this shit. And I spoke with Hitman, I think back then about Will and I think about K. You know what I'm saying? But There was a lot of things going on. That was the time it was like SM versus Rare Breeds promotion. They was a week apart and all that. And Holla definitely got that call quick. He got that Cassidy call, like, yo, come over here. You know what I'm saying? And then him and Rock went down and shout out to Hitman versus Rock, because I think that was like one of the few good battles on that card. Remember that card blew up. Remember, it's like all choking. It's just like it was just like the event just like went upside down for them. Like bad time and bad whatever. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It happens to the best of us. But Hitman and Rock was like the best performance. They kind of like saved the show, I think. So that worked out for them. So shout out to Hitman and Rock on that one. And the Rare Breeds ended up being a success. And everybody moves on. You know what I'm saying? But the seed was planted back then, definitely.
Couple more questions about Hitman and Ill Will before I go to Verb and A-Ward.
Yeah.
This is Hitman's third max out event where he's main eventing this. We're talking
Yeah.
Cassidy, Calico, and now Ill Will, right?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
is that? Two-part question. What does that say about Hitman Holla? Also, when you announced his battle, I love Ill Will. In fact, I got Ill Will 2 respectfully against Hitman, but Hitman was the one that was trending when you dropped this.
Okay.
What does that mean? That this man is still trending in 2023, third max out, and he's starring in this. He's the main event in this.
So when is Hitman not a main event? Period. Whether it's a max out or not, right? I would love to see if it's possible to book Hitman and he's not the main event. I don't think it's possible. And that's any league. That's any league, any card. You know what I'm saying? Hitman's the biggest battle rapper in the world. You know what I'm saying? So
Verb said it himself in his spaces yesterday. I'm following Lil Bro. That's what he said to me yesterday.
nah. I think even the live that Verb did today, I was just going through. I was like 40 minutes into it. And Verb, like he'll say, like, you got me and I fill this void, and you got Hitman, he's the draw. Like that's the like Verb is a Mount Rushmore guy, you know what I'm saying? But he knows even himself from his own words, like he knows what Hitman does, you know what I'm saying? So it's just dope to see the impact and watch the impact of a Hitman Holla as the biggest battle rapper in our culture. Like we have to give him that. It's just I feel like, and the reason why I keep saying that is because I feel like he deserves that. And I don't think he gets the credit that he really deserves for the impact and the energy that he brings to the culture. And
you believe that Hitman doesn't get the credit?
So here's the thing. It's very easy for us to give people the credit as battle rappers, and then we'll build people up and we'll tear them down. Oh, this round was good, this battle was bad, blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
But win, lose, enjoy it, not or whatever. I think we sometimes forget how important our power figures are. Like you don't ever want to see our top bloggers go away. You don't ever want to see our top media outlets go away. They leave with something. You don't ever want to see our committed and some of our best league owners go away. You don't ever want to see the most impactful battle. When we see these narratives and these waves of trying to be out with the old and in with the new, from a business standpoint, it makes sense. And definitely the culture needs to continue to groom new stars. So I understand the philosophy, but don't ever misconstrue how important our impactful battle rappers are. And if you happen to be the most impactful, we need to make sure that we protect that. And I'm going to be somebody that front lines and represents what's important in the culture, battler to battler. I'm going to get out here. I'm going to tell people I think Ill Will is the best battle rapper in the world. I'm going to get out here. I'm going to say, like, I have stats to back it up, that Hitman Holla is the biggest battle rapper in the world. I'm going to get out here. I'm going to say that I don't know if there's an overall better lyricist than Verb. There's not a better rebuttaler than Chef Trez and A. I'm gonna frontline those things because it's cool when we critique these people and get on them, but we can't forget what's important, because how else do we preserve the culture going forward if the key players are being damaged or not being respected at the level that they deserve? You know what I'm saying? So
You know what I like this battle also?
going back to the original question, all of that answers it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Mr. Max Out. Like, you got to give him the title. If you main event all three max outs, and max out is one of the most demanded events since we did part 1 and part 2, and this man headlines all three, go ahead and give him the title that he earned. You know what I'm saying?
You know I like this battle a lot also, especially the Hitman. Listen, I think this man's gonna come to max out with the biggest. If there's one person I know in this card that I feel respectfully has the biggest chip on his shoulder, is Hitman. And let me tell you why. most people got him losing easy, right? Right? There's a poll recently, these polls coming out saying that Ill Will's a large margin victory over Hitman. I think that man feels very disrespected coming to this battle. Even myself who could pick an Ill Will, but I still feel this man's coming into this battle feeling very disrespected. But I think that's a good thing for him. I think a man like Hitman Holla, a legend like Hitman Holla, sometimes ARP, it's good that when a person like yourself who's on social media, league owner saying Ill Will is the best rapper, he don't like shit like that. You know that.
Yeah, and and so it's one thing to do things to try to motivate people. It's another thing to just be real.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I didn't say like the battle rapper that has one of the best catch moments in battle rap history, which is a Showtime, right? If A Ward felt that I was disrespecting him by giving A Verb his flowers that he deserves, then A Ward and me wouldn't be aligned from character traits. You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be one thing for me to be out here promoting one side or being biased or tipping the scale as a league owner. I will never do that. But as far as me being real about what some of these battle rappers have achieved and what they represent, you know, when I come outside and I'm on the front lines as we're rolling out these cards, I'm going to give people their accolades and their flowers. I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because they earned it. And I don't think any real person, especially when I say something like that about Ill Will, it actually be corny for me if I've been literally saying that for years. And then like Hitman's not a battle rapper to me. Like Hitman's my friend. Ill Will is not a battle rapper to me. Ill Will is my friend. I can count on two hands how many niggas I met from battle rap that I would look at the way I look at those two guys.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So if them knowing me and me knowing them, and then I come out here and I say, yo, Ill Will is the best battle rapper in the world, and I've been saying it for years, and then all of a sudden I go like this, and I don't say that because my other friend Hitman is there, I'm fake. I'm a lame. You know what I'm saying? Or if I reverse it, or if I say, oh, I can't say Hitman is not the biggest battle rapper in the world right now because Will is my nigga and Will might get offended. I'm a lame. I'm corny. Like, nah, we're not doing that. Both of them niggas are gonna get the flowers that they deserve.
Well, to the new fans that might not have heard you say give those kind of accolades to Ill Will in the past, sir, can you elaborate in 2023 why you gave Ill Will the best battle rapper of the world title, sir?
Yeah, no doubt. I've always said, let's say if you told the league owner or a platform owner to walk into a war of battle rappers and you only get one warrior to bring with you, and you know that warrior can face anything. That warrior could face one of the best entertainers of all time. He could face one of the most aggressive of all time. He could face one of the funniest of all time. He could face a female. He could face a lyricist. He could face a schemer and a rebuttaler, right? I can walk into a war of battle rap, right? And you make me choose one person. I'm strapping with, and some of y'all be weird, I'm strapping up. The gun I'm coming with is Ill Will. Is Ill Will. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that he could fight every battle within that war. You know what I'm saying? He's that good. He covers every base. And here's another thing too. When I say Ill Will is the best battler in the world, nobody calls me crazy. Nobody says, ARP, you tripping. If anything, you might disagree. You might say, I think A Verb is. I think Hitman is. I think Easy is. I think Calico is.
Right.
I think DNA is. I think Hollow is. I think it does. That's cool, right? But nobody's gonna say that opinion of mine is crazy.
Right.
People's gonna say, I understand why you say that.
It's
And then
almost like
look around at his peers. What battler doesn't respect? Like, you see the way that A Verb is talking about A Ward, and I know they got their personal shit or whatever, but even if A Verb thinks that he's 10 times better than Ill Will, he would have a different respect for Ill Will. Like, I seen the blogs that he was doing on Ill Will. Why? Ill Will garners a different type of respect from the artistry that he has already displayed to his peers, from God tiers all the way down to up and comers. People have watched Ill Will over the years and said, yeah.
It's almost like when Lil Wayne said he was the best rapper alive. No one really disputed that, went crazy.
Yeah, and so at that period, Lil Wayne was running battle rap, right? I mean battle rap. He was running rap. He was running rap at that time, like he was the hottest. right? But when you say there's a difference between the hottest and the best of all time, there's a difference. I never agreed that Lil Wayne is the best of
Me
all
neither. Me
time.
neither. Me neither.
I never agree with that, that he's the
Me
best
neither.
of all time. But if I'm debating with somebody and they say, yo, Soldier Boy is the best of all time, I'm walking out. I'm not going to debate. There's no argument. You're wasting my time. I'm good. I'm not going to argue with you. But if I ask you, if I say to you, I think the GOAT of all time is Jay-Z, and you come back to me and you say it's Lil Wayne, I'm going to sit there. We're going to have a respectful debate because you have claims by using Lil Wayne. By walking into that war with Lil Wayne, you have claims. That's cool. And that's how I feel about Ill Will. So
Verb said that St. Louis is the spark of the culture. You say what to that?
I say that there's two St. Louis niggas that have been announced for what a lot of fans, a lot of bloggers, a lot of media is saying is the best card or the biggest card of the year.
It is. It is.
So I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So once again, how do I debate it then? You know what I'm saying? If we've announced two battles from that card and they both STL niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want me to do? What do you want? And this is me keeping it real once again. And the B guys is not going to be upset at me because I'm being honest. I'm being real. They both happen to be A-side battlers. Will did your joint. He said, I'm trying to reach certain of Holla. And A Ward has put it this way. A Ward, if he retired right now, he's a Hall of Famer, right? But everybody can argue if they don't already have A Verb on their Mount Rushmore, right? A Ward is still going in this direction, right? And he's doing it at an amazing rate. A Verb is already at the pinnacle. He's already at apex. He's already an apex predator. You know what I'm saying? He's already. So he's an A-side, and so is Holla. So if those two A-side announcements happen to be from St. Louis, and somebody says St. Louis is dominating right now, go against. Like, it just is what it is sometimes.
Right. if you're A Ward Ill Will, do you have any concerns that the STL hats are going to be flooded at Max Out, sir?
I'll tell you why that's no. That's no for two reasons. Number one, we're in a neutral zone. If we're not closer to the tri-state up north, we're not closer to Midwest. We are dead in the South. We are dead. This event is dead in the South in Atlanta. So that's number one. Number two, I know from people being outside, not running events, not being a part of these things, not running this shit for years, and not knowing the actual logistics, right? I'm sorry, people, but about 70% of every crowd, no matter where you are people that are local or drivable. Okay, they're not. It's less than 20% of a crowd that people that flew in. Okay. That's just the truth about events. A majority of every crowd is people that are either local or driving distance. Okay. So that's number two. That's number two. Number three, it's a small room. So there's even less space to take away from the locals and the people that are drivable. Number four, somebody like Hitman does not stay in the event for the whole card. Somebody like Hitman comes in when it's his time to battle. So at that time, his fucking entourage is in there, right? So that's not going to, even that 15 people versus the other 300, 350 people that's in the building, you know, you're still outweighed. So when I see people talk about the bias in a small room, especially in Atlanta, when you're talking about a bias from a city outside of Atlanta, I shut my mouth and I let the battler just make excuses to his fan base. But the truth of the situation is what I really just said. So there's no excuses.
Were you in the team wrestling? Because, you know, Max Out is usually not in a small room, right? Were you guys wrestling with the idea of small room, big room?
Nah, there was no wrestle at all. There was no wrestle at all. This card was never going to be on a big stage. And I'll tell you, I fill you in on something. It was Divide and Conquer 3 before it was Max Out 3. Right? It was. And that was only at the time when we booked Hitman and Ill Will. But even that within itself was a part of us changing. And I'm having these conversations with Holla. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, all right, we want to put you on a blue room. That's going to be dope. Your best performance on RBE is versus Bill Collector, a small room in the music room in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? the blue room is the best thing and the hottest thing from a battle rap vibe and an environment in 2023. It's the hottest thing in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? So Hitman, I know what you're doing on a big stage. The whole world knows what you're doing on a big stage. Let's put you on the blue room. Let's take your energy, what you do, what you also remind people of what you did with the Bill Collector battle, and let's put it in the blue room. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we was on. You know what I'm saying? So because it was going to be a blue room battle, by nature, we were saying divide and conquer. But having Hitman on a card and then saying the matchup is ill will to go with it, and then starting to have the vision of the rest of the card, it was just like, even though it's blue room, we have to now give the fans what they've been asking for. It's max out. They've been asking us for where's max out? Where's max out? I could have called the last event max out. I could have compared, you know, the max out one lineup or max out two lineup to the Mook and Big K card. I could have went battle for battle and justified it. But I'm kind of glad that we held out. I'm kind of glad because I feel like that name we've protected so much. We've protected it. So now that we have this energy, we haven't seen energy like this in a long time in battle rap. I'm glad that we held off. I'm glad that we did.
I was there for Divide and Conquer, sir.
Yeah.
And it was packed. It was packed. This is going to be on steroids. Any concern that the fire marshal bill is going to be knocking on your door? Saying, yo, what are we doing?
You know what's funny about? I'm gonna tell you what's funny about when I see that. The funny thing about when I see that is it's as if people think that, yeah, the card is big. It's the biggest lineup of 2023, right? It's the biggest. It might be the bigger lineup than I don't know. I mean, if you go outside of like,
sir.
Of one-on-ones, because I know 2-on-2 lineups or cards. There've been some big double impact cards with a lot of talent and a lot of big names, but one-on-ones, this card is it's up there for in a long time. It's up there. And you know what I think is so funny that people will see that and think that, okay, the draw that comes with that, right, is that we just let that still come into the building. There is a limit. So even if the place holds 350 people, if there's 5,000 people in the parking lot, they're just going to be in the parking lot. It's either you have a ticket to get in or you don't. So people say that as if we still don't. It's almost like a slap in my face, as if we still don't manage what the capacity of the building is on that list. We maintain a list for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
I can see your voice getting hoarse at the door, like, my nigga, we can't. Shut it. I can see your voice getting hoarse. By the
Yeah,
fourth
no,
yo,
there's three security guards at the front door. There's two men.
I know my guy. I know my guy.
That's what I'm saying. There's two men and there's one woman to frisk down the women. You know what I'm saying? So the women don't feel violated by a dude. You know what I'm saying? So there's three security guards at the door. Then we got our door girl running our list. If you're not on that list, and if we happen to be at a point, I don't even have to scream. All I gotta do is walk to the front and mumble to the security guards and my door girl and say, that's it. And I'll walk back inside. And once I say that's it, or I won't even do that. Once I ask my door girl and be like, yo, where we have the list? The list is done. You sure? All right, cool. So now that I'm inside and I see everybody inside, you know what? You could sell another 20 tickets, show love. I feel like you can get a couple more people in. But once we feel it, what it is, or the floor manager walks up to me and says so, whatever, that's it. And if you outside, I don't care if it's 1,000 people out there. It is what it is. So it's not about how big the card is. It's about when we say the door is done. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like every club at every event runs like that. I don't care how big the bill is or how big the card is, right? You still need to. You're still going to be subject to the capacity that we cut off at the door. So yeah, it's going to do by nature, but that doesn't mean that the whole zoo is going to just be let in to tear down the place. Like, no, it doesn't work like that.
One thing I want to comment about you, because I know the card already, right? You have a lot of heavy hitters on here, right? But here's what I like the most, though. Niggas have ample time from July, August to get your bars right. ARP, listen, battle rappers on this card. He's not going to say it. I say it for you. He's done everything he can. Max out? Yes, max out. We know what it is, right?
Yeah.
Now it's your turn now to deliver the goods. You got paid. You have ample time. You ain't got 3 weeks to prepare. These rhymes got to be on mother effing point. You say what to that, sir?
I say that's true. I don't think the fans is gonna want to hear any excuses. I don't think the people. I obviously know the full card. It's 10 battles now. It's 10 battles and it's stopping there. And ironically, it's the 10 battles match our 10th year, which I think is dope. But of everybody that's booked on the card, I set up the top 6 battles, and Lawrence and Wing set up the other 4 battles. Right?
One
It was.
SK and
I don't think there's a
Bricks.
1SK. I don't think there's a
Bricks.
1SK. I
Okay.
think the 4 battles that they did are all 3 rounders. I don't think there's a 1SK on this card.
Oh shit.
Um, but we all know behind the scenes, like, this max out shit is stupid. We need reliable talent. This is not the time to give a shot. This is not the time to say, like, all right, let's see what this ain't the time for that. We could do that anytime we want. We do that we have 1SKs on the Rare Breeds card, and that was one of our biggest bookings ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we have done that. We just didn't do that for Max Out 3. So not only did we construct the people that's on the card and the matchups in a way where we are very, very confident in what they deliver. There's nobody on the card that's like, oh, damn, this person has this big history of choking every other battle. There's nobody on the card like that. And like you said, we also have all this time that we gave people. So I think the expectations is going to be high. But the dope thing about that, though, is it would do nothing but continue the legacy of what people are saying about the Blue Room, which is every battle that, for the most part, I think of all 3 Blue Room events that we've done so far, Closure 2, Divide and Conquer 1, Divide and Conquer 3, I think there's only like 1 or 2 subpar battles. Everything else has been heat, like watchable or a dope battle or a classic. You know what I'm saying? So I think giving people this type of time gives people the opportunity to continue that trend, which is expected at this point. It's the Rucker.
What does it mean to you to have Hitman Holla and Verb on the same card? They haven't been on the same card since Double Impact.
Yeah. When was the last time he was on the card that was one-on-ones?
Shoot, I gotta go back to Frank. Well, maybe when it's St. Louis, but Hitman battle Math and Verb battle Cortez. I want to say St. Louis.
Yeah, I was there. Triumph over Demise. Yeah, I was there. You're right. And that might have been 14. That might have been 13, 14. It might have been. It might
have been 13, I think. I think it's 13.
Yeah. Triumph over Demise. Shout out to King Juice.
King Juice.
Yeah, I was there. I remember that. It's legacy shit, man. It's legacy shit. I think Hitman and being of this shit, God tiers, like legitimate both God tier guys. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. They came up together. I'll tell you my top 3 favorite battles of all time in no order. It's B Dot versus Danny Myers. It's Daylight versus Oops, and it's Hitman versus Verb. Those are my 3 favorite battles of all time in no order. Right. And I feel like those 2 guys, coming up together and then battling and then supporting each other. Like, you'll see them on stages, they did a 2-on-2 together. What was that? Don't Flop?
Yeah, against DNA and K-Shine. Yeah,
they did a 2-on-2 together. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I think the nature of battle rap makes every battle rapper competitive, right? So I'm sure Verb wants to be the best performance on the card, regardless of who's there. I'm sure Hitman wants to be the best performance on the card, no matter who's there. You know what I'm saying? So even the competitive nature, just as a battle rapper that I experience in my conversations and dealing with people over the years and seeing, and it's dope to see that they have that about them. Still, for them to both be on that card, pushing each other, motivating each other, and also supporting each other at the same time, that might sound like hypocrisy damn near, or like, you know what I'm saying, like double-edged, but it's true. 2 people like that came up together and have that much legacy and are the kings of St. Louis and 2 God tiers. Not only do they support each other and motivate each other, you know what I'm saying, but it's like you get all of that coming at the same time. So
Verb?
I don't know. I think it's epic. I think it's historic, and I think it's great for the culture.
ARP, Verb said, I'm not battling A1, I'm battling Hitman.
Oh, he said that? And I just said what I said. I didn't even know he said that.
He said on his live today, on his YouTube live. today.
I didn't finish this whole joint. I was like 30,
Yeah,
40 minutes in. And if he said it during that time, I didn't catch that. But if he
absolutely.
said, but that's my whole point. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than two best friends getting on the basketball court. You know, it's no different. Yeah, I mean, it's why they right now wondering, can Chris Paul and Steph Curry
Work
mesh the
together.
right way?
Right,
You
right,
guys are literally teammates earning millions of dollars to play alongside each other right now. But you guys have your own competitive rivalry. There's been no hate towards each other, it's just basketball rivalry. They don't hate each other outside of basketball. Battle rappers have that same shit. If Verb says that he's battling Hitman Holla or anybody else on the card, that's dope, because then y'all get an A plus Aver, because we know what Hitman's gonna do. You just said Hitman got a chip on his shoulder, possibly.
yes.
Hitman, put it this way. It doesn't always happen, of course, but the expectation is for the main event to be the biggest attraction of any show. If I go to a comedy show, I don't expect the Plastic Cup Boys to be better than Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? If I go to a hip hop show, I don't expect some opener to be better than Jay-Z's show. I don't go to a show and expect to be jumping out of my shoes for 1SK and then get to the main event and be like, Hitman and Ill Will was boring. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody expects for the main event or the top of the bill to not deliver the biggest. That's why the main event gets released first. That's why they get paid the most. All of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real with ourselves here. Let's be logical here.
Right.
So I'm glad Averb says stuff like that, and Hitman should be competing with himself first and foremost, and then he competes with his pick. Hitman is such a competitor, and I think Verb is like that too. Like, Verb is one of those weird niggas. He's like Daylight to me. Like, I feel like people like Hitman, I'm like that a little bit. People tell me about that shit too. Daylight, we're weird in the sense that you don't really know some of the things that we walk around with. Like, you wouldn't have a clue that Averb could ball his ass off. You wouldn't have a clue that ARP used to box. You wouldn't have a clue that Hitman is, you know what I'm saying? It's just Daylight. Daylight comes across to me as a nigga that could fucking get on a skateboard and do half pipe and shit. And I'd be like, oh shit, he's got that in him. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's that. And these are competitive people that they're not walking, they're not coming into that show to give us anything less than trying to be the best. Who the fuck doesn't want to walk away with performance of the night?
Is it true, sir, that tickets are sold out?
So the on-cam tickets, so the moment we announced Hitman versus Ill Will, the on-cam tickets sold out the same day. And batch one, the early bird tickets sold out like within like 2 days, something like that, right? I think the early bird tickets sold out almost immediately. We put up batch number two. Batch number two might have been up like a day before. Oh no, the same day I think that we announced Verb and Ward, or the day before, whatever. I mean, they might have went up the day before, batch number two, right? And then we announced Verb versus Ward. The rest of batch number two went. You know what I'm saying? Like, it went. I ain't gonna lie. So the main event came out and said, yo, on-cam tickets, that $300 on-cam ticket, gone. Yo, pre-sale early bird tickets, yeah, I'm an early bird, like, gone, sold out. You know what I'm saying? That was boom right away. Hitman Ill Will. That second batch came online after that. You know what I'm saying? And then people was like nibbling at it. They was nibbling at it. Ticket here, ticket there. Boom, boom. Bet. Yeah, it's still the energy main event. Let me get my ticket. It's a higher price ticket. Yep. Damn, man, I missed the early bird. But yo, let me get my ticket. And then the rest of those went when we announced Verb and Ward. So now third batch is up. Now it's just like, yo, you gotta. It's a VIP type of ticket. I had Avocado call me and say like, yo, and this before we announced anything. He was like, that room, that blue room, and the way that it's set up, it's not like the battle rappers is backstage. It's not like the battle rappers is sitting in some booth or some VIP section 3. You've been there.
I've been
It's
there.
It's an open floor plan where
I'm with Show Off, John Suge.
yeah. If you was at Divide and Conquer with a $50 ticket, you could walk up to Murder Mook or Big K or Ill Will or 40 Bars or whoever and say, yo, can I get a picture? Yo, nice to meet you. Yo, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Avocado called me. He was like, that's a $200 experience, and you cut down on the riffraff. And these are people that really, really respect the show because I paid a higher price to have that VIP type of experience. So I was telling Avocado, like, your concept is correct, but starting at 200, before people see the whole card, so it's like, look, so I was agreeing with him, but I still was respecting working within the demographic. So, but now it's moved up. So now it really does feel like if you got it, grab one, and you're gonna be a part of this historic moment. So
Are you
because
surprised
the
it's moving
announcement
like
pushed
that?
it there. What you said?
Are you surprised it's moving the way it's moving?
Nah. I'm not surprised. We announced Hitman Holla versus Ill Will.
But there's more announcements. I don't like that.
So not only and then we did that. So for me, as a battle rap fan, if you announce Hitman Holla versus Ill Will, whatever the ticket price is, just for me personally, take it. Pay-per-view or in the building. Here's my money. I'm already done. Because no matter what, that's like a Mayweather Pacquiao. Like, I don't need the undercard. Battle rap still, the way that we've built up this culture is the culture still doesn't like one-offs. A one-off sometimes is like, okay, I know I'm definitely tuned in, but people still want a collective. They still want a card, right? Cool. I get it. That's just how battle rap is. But for me, you're done with that first announcement, with that main event. And then we turn around and give you A Ward, and A Ward's such a grudge match that people, even at one point, I didn't think it was going to happen. I was like, that battle's not going to happen. Yeah, I told you the first time I spoke to Verb, he declined.
Yeah.
So I didn't think it was going to happen neither, because I thought that I was coming okay as far as my negotiations. You know what I'm saying? So like that shit getting added to it is just like, and then let me say this too. You see how you said earlier, credit for us giving the battlers so much time to write.
Ample time. Yes, sir. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So there's another thing that goes along with that. The other thing, and this is like just game for other platforms and other leagues too. I don't care. Platforms sometimes they'll book a main event and then they'll release a main event, and they'll use that to stir up the pot. They'll use that to see what's what. They'll also use that to entice other battle rappers. Right. So if I put out Hitman versus Ill Will, other battle rappers might see that and give me a discount. Like, I want to be a part of that. So I'm not even dissing when you go that route, because I've done that before. You know what I'm saying? There's marketing. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's also tied to business. But this card, we happen to have the whole card booked before we started the first announcement. So what happens is you got the who's behind the scenes, people that are in the loop, bloggers, right? League owners, whatever, people that know what's up.
Right.
So before we're only on announcement number 2, but you see all the people saying the card is crazy because the card is done. Right? So that's one of the pros to when you move like that. That's one of the pros. I might have sacrificed some discounts that I could have got, but the buzz of it is just like, yo, listen, the whole card, y'all. The whole card.
Is Max Out 3, is this your greatest creation?
I think there's only one card that rivals Max Out 3. I'll speak on the actual facts of what we've done so far, and this card needs to be completed. If I start talking about numbers, I need to complete this card first.
Right.
But Impact, obviously, Hitman versus Cassidy is our biggest main event. But as far as our biggest collective, right, as far as pound for pound each matchup, Max Out 3 is ahead of Max Out 1 and Max Out 2, right? And we need Max Out 3 to complete where we could see the numbers, and then the full story is told. You know what I'm saying? As far as our greatest creation, I feel like if it isn't, then it's top 3. I think one of our top 3 creations that definitely rivals Max Out 3 is the original Rare Breeds card. The original Rare Breeds card didn't make any sense, right? Because you had Murder Mook returning versus Verb, right? And you had to be a part of that energy and a part of that time to really understand. The difference now is because people have seen Mook battle like 5 times since then and five, whatever, people don't understand what that energy was like. That energy in 2018 when we announced the return of Murder Mook, people didn't even believe it. They was just
Social
like,
media went crazy. Twitter
they
was
was
an
they was like they was like
uproar.
Rare Breed Entertainment is lying. We had to put in Murder Mook's contract that he needs to make a guest appearance at the card that we did before that to show face and show the fans that it's true. He's battling. They thought we were trolling, right? So you have that as the main event. People forget the original card. It had Daylight versus King Los,
Mm-hmm.
right? It had Geechee Gotti versus Math Hoffa. It had Shotgun Suge versus Rest in Peace Pat Stay.
Mm. You said
It
Geechee and
had
Math?
Yes, that was our battle. It had
Yes.
it had Iron Solomon versus O-Red, right? And then the rest of the card. So the
Mm.
original Rare Breeds card is one of our craziest creations, which I think is why it got attacked the way that it did.
Did it ever?
Yeah.
Did it ever? It got
Yeah,
dissected, surgical, real
yeah,
surgical.
it caught some of that trenches treatment.
Yeah, facts. Pay-per-view ARP. Talk to me about the pay-per-view. So what we doing?
Yeah, the pay-per-view is up right now. Make sure y'all go to rarebreedent.com. That's where you can always get your tickets and your pay-per-view. Pay-per-view will always include your VOD in case you missed something, which is available the same night after the event is over. Go to rarebreedent.com right now. Get your pay-per-view. If you want to go directly to rapgrid.com, you can do that too to get your pay-per-view. Pay-per-view, we haven't been raising the way that we've raised the in the building ticket. Because like I said, in the building, it's really a VIP experience to be in that blue room and to be a flat, where everybody is accessible to everybody. That's a VIP experience, right? So we've been raising that, steadily, as we continue to roll this out. By the time you get to the door, if we let anybody in, it's gonna be a $500 ticket. Like it's gonna be a $500 ticket at the door the day of. You know what I'm saying? But the pay per view, the pay per view could go worldwide. You know what I'm saying? So we're way more gracious with the pay per view price. Does not mean that the pay per view price will not raise. The pay per view
It's
price
not
has
going.
already raised once. It
Right.
only raised like $5 or something like that. But a raise is a raise. A raise means that we're watching the numbers. We're watching people go like this, and we say, okay, the announcements are what we expected. Move it up. We always, for 10 years, give an initial and a pre-sale price. Battle Rap loves to wait. They love to wait for a month
They
or
do.
what the
They
rest
do.
of the
They do. They
card,
do.
or
They do.
they love to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a different consumer. You announce Hitman and Will, I'm done. Whatever my pay-per-view or my door is, take it. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? But people wait. And sometimes it's not even a wait thing. I do understand some people are like, yo, I gotta wait till payday, whatever. Like, it's cool, but you gotta jump on it ASAP. But nah, if you want to get your pay-per-view, go to one of those two sites. Of course, it's always in the description of our videos. And make sure you're a part of history, man. We only on announcement too. We got 8 more announcements to do. So
And 3 of them things I know about is going to be crazy. How are you excited at all, though, man? Are you?
yeah, I say all the time, when the work is done, when all the promo is done and the face-offs and the press conference and the pre-face-offs and all the coordination of the flights and the hotels and the venue and the security and the bar and the food truck and the production crew and everybody lands and everybody's in Atlanta that Friday, the day before, and all when all of that is said and done and we get to the building and things pretty much came like this, right? I get to get more into fan mode. I'm still in that building running around, my head cut off. I got people over here about to get into a fight that I gotta break up. I got people over here trying to record on their cell phone. I got people over here calling me talking about, yo, come to the door. We need an answer on this person. Is this person good? I got people back here needing this. It's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? But when them battles is going, I'm in fan mode 95% of the time. And
Wow.
I got a very, very good seat. You know what I'm saying? I got a very, very good view of these historic matchups. So yeah,
What
excited.
What does it mean to you that even as a league owner, you don't really got to do a lot of promotion when you got a guy like Averb who's already said today he's promoting his card every day. He
Yo,
about to go
that
apeshit.
that I could get into a separate topic about that. When I was watching his live, I was just like, oh shit, I didn't know he felt like that, but he feels disrespected by something that has nothing to do with RBE. So
Right.
I was watching, I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know that until I was watching his live.
I
Like that
knew,
had
but
nothing to do with
I
us.
knew, but
I didn't know, like that had nothing to do with us setting up the
right.
battle. I see him saying that somebody's in his DMs cursing him out, and he feels somebody did this. I have nothing to do with that. I just learned that watching his live today. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
Verb is he knows how to remember. His name used to be
Captain
Captain Marketable,
Marketable.
right? There's a reason why. There's a reason why Verb is one of the highest paid on the card, right? Because
Mhm.
he does that. He does that. That's part of the business. That's part of what we understand about him, and he also brings a talent to it. Like nobody's looking at it that he doesn't have the capabilities to come in there and go God mode on anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's dope. But at the same time, I'm not the person. I'm not the type of worker. I'm not the type of business person that says, "Oh my God, the culture is exploding. All right, put your feet up." No, we are working all the way up to September 2nd. That is the expectation. There's a lot of high price battlers on this card. That is the expectation, and it's not. I hate that we overuse the word promo so much. Um,
Right.
I hate that because it almost falsifies what we're doing. What it's supposed to be is just making sure that we continue to show people why whatever you got going on is dope. And you're supposed to believe in that. You're not supposed
Right.
to just be saying I'm only out here to be a clown or just to fucking falsify shit or whatever. It's supposed to be like I believe I'm this good. I believe the opponent that I accepted and the matchup I accepted is this dope. And I'm going to continue to show you guys leading up to why you need to watch me. It could be the fifth battle on the card. If somehow they create more interest than everybody up here, guess what happens with that person's bag the next time we book? You see what I'm saying? So I don't put my feet up. Like I see this energy. It's one of the biggest energies in battle rap in a long time. I see it like
ARP,
everybody
I
else.
haven't felt this energy in a while. I gotta be honest.
But
I feel the energy.
and that's what I'm saying. Like I said it the other day on my live. I stole it from Joe. You know, you score a touchdown, act like you've been in the end zone before. Act like a businessman, act professional. Act like there's still work to do. There is. There's still
Right.
we still got all this time. So the expectation for me, as well as anybody that I work with to do business with, is that we carry this through September 2nd, all the way up until your battle is over. And then even after that, motherfuckers still gonna be carrying because they're gonna be walking off that camera sweating and shit, jumping on these platforms and these cameras talking about why they won, why they lost, did they feel like they got heckled, did they feel like there was gas in the building, all that type of shit. So nah, the work don't end. I don't care how hype this card is right now. I'm in focused work mode. Period. I'm not putting my feet up for shit.
Did you chuckle when URL dropped the announcement for Summer Madness yesterday?
3, I swear my whole existence. I swear on everything I love. I don't know what you're talking about.
You
I
bullshit?
swear on every,
You bullshit or you dead
I
ass?
swear on everything I love. And that's why I put my head down because I was just like, they're not gonna fucking believe me.
Okay, hold on. I don't want to see your URL too long. I just got you. Did you see Smack tweets? Do you see what Smack is saying online?
Yes, yes.
They say
That
that's
right there,
ARP. They say he can be like
that
that.
right there came directly to my phone from like 4 different bloggers this morning. But the Summer Madness announcement, what was it?
August 27th.
That's dope. Dope for them. Dope for
Mhm.
them. Okay. No, so it wasn't like a battle announcement.
No, it's an announcement for the card.
Dope for them. Dope for them, man.
No,
I'm not a hater, man. I'm not a
I know
hater,
you're
man.
not a hater. I know you're not a hater. I know you're not a hater.
I'm not a hater. Dope for
They
them. You know
saying
what I'm saying?
that Smack tweets remind them of yourself from back in the day, years ago.
Remind them of me.
Yeah, from back. That's what people were saying.
How do you categorize me back in the day? What the fuck?
I'm just telling you what the streets are saying. I'm just telling you what the streets are saying.
Yeah,
It's
man.
just like
I
old
mean,
school
look.
ARP tweets posts.
I don't listen. I've obviously had a lot of frustrated moments in the culture, right? So who am
Right.
I? Who am I to, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it fair, I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? But nah, that screenshot came to my phone like 4 times this morning. You know what I'm saying? Like the man feels a way about something. I don't know what it is, and he's welcome to. If I feel a way about something, I'm welcome to the shit too. People get tweets from me or blogs or whatever. People cut my shit, put it on this, or what's up with ARP or whatever. We all have our moments. I say damn near 1 million blogs. I ain't perfect. So I don't know what that tweet represents, but that's his business. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I feel a way, I'm gonna express it, or I'm gonna try to maybe, contain it. Right now, I don't have any issues. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm just working right now. So I don't know.
This feel like a Midwest Massacre Part 2.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Even though I'm a New Yorker, if this card happens to be, if this card
I
happens to
love the
be
Midwest
heavy
niggas. I ain't
East
gonna hold you,
Coast
ARP. I
or
fuck with the
heavy,
best.
yeah, I mean, all 4 announcements, all 4 battlers so far. So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. It's not on purpose. It's like the Midwest dominates, or is one of the more dominant when it comes to talent. Like the same way New York got its claims with rap. It's just like, yo, we got this, or the West Coast got that, and South got this, or what the Midwest got. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, and the card is the card. If they dominate this card, I'm just there to see classics. So
Let me ask you about Big K right quick, because I noticed that Twerk tweeted out, I'm gonna start effing up these RB niggas, starting with Big K. And then Tay-Rock co-signed that and said, me too.
Yeah, Big
What
K is
is it
hot
about
right now.
K now that K is getting people's attention, ARP?
K is hot, man. K's been who he's been forever. He's one of the best punchers of all time, but he also has one of the best flows, and he's one of the best overall rappers within our culture. It's undeniable. His peers will tell you that. Like some of the best rappers in the game co-sign his flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, pay attention. But it's a very what have you done for me lately culture. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at what have you done for me lately when it comes to Big K, he had arguably his best performance ever versus A Ward. And then right after that,
I had to win that battle.
but this is what I'm saying. Like, he's coming off of arguably one of his best performances ever versus A Ward. And then after that, he battles Murder Mook, and everybody loves his performance on that. Everybody's just like, yo, he put on. So when you see some of the biggest names in the game gunning for him, that's just the nature of the time. And like, so you got to give that credit to the matchups that he's been taking and the performances he's been given. You know what I'm saying? Like, I expect if you get a call from Big K right now, or a league says y'all got Big K, you say yes, and that goes for everybody. Twerk, rock, anybody. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
I would say this though. I was there in the blue room when he beat A Ward. I picked A Ward to win, but I thought Big K won that battle. I had Big K beating Mook also. If he beats T-Rex at GTX, what are we doing though? You battle Mook and Rex in the same year and might have got a dub out of both these dudes?
Yeah, you gotta have your champion of the year arguments for Big K with that. It's not, of course, your performances come first and foremost, right? But the thing about people having great performances is the fans over the years, and even some of the media and bloggers, I've seen people say, you do that too. You know what I'm saying? So when people try to diminish somebody's great performance based on like, okay, you did that, but it was on a league I never heard of, or you did that, but it was versus some up and coming battle rapper. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't have that with Big K's year. You know what I'm saying? He's battling Mount Rushmore people. You know what I mean? And he's having he's in a pocket right now. He's in a dangerous pocket where he's giving you guys everything as far as like, yo, like, don't ask me about no time limits. Don't ask me if I can do this. Don't ask me how I'm gonna look in front of this type of person. He's just really going crazy. He has to be in that discussion for champion of the year. He has to be.
Face-offs. Who's conducting the face-offs?
I don't want it to be me. I don't want it to be me.
Get Cassidy.
I'm down for that if Cassidy's not on the card. I'm down for that. Shout out to my nigga Cass, man. Cass podcast.
And you listen, your platform is the reason why me and Cassidy dapped up at Divide and Conquer and Squash.
That's dope. That's dope. I think the first time that Holla and Cass ever said any words together as well, or words to each other, was at Divide and Conquer. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it was funny too. I could be wrong. Holocast parted, but this is what I saw from my eyes. You know what I'm saying? We were starting up the battle. The pay-per-view wasn't cut back on yet. We carving out the pit, getting everybody moved back again. The security moved us back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Got Ill Will up in the front. You got Hollow moving to the front. Everybody ready to go before we flip the coin. And I told Cass, I saw Hollow. I saw Cass and say, "Yo, do me a favor, like both of y'all stay right here." They didn't know what I was gonna say or what I was gonna do. But I was like, both of y'all stay right here. It wasn't for just for camera placement. And it's like, literally, this is the proximity. Like, I'm here, Holla, Cass, right? But they're not talking to each other and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt that type vibe, like, and then when the stream cut on and they didn't know I was gonna do this, you know, I had to pay homage to the biggest main event in RBE history. So I asked everybody to show some love for Cassidy and Hitman that represented that. And when I said that, you see them reach behind me and shake each other's hands. I think that's the first interaction that they've ever had. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But that's maturity because
yes,
they like,
yes,
oh, this is
yes.
a moment. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if the NBA, you know, calls up Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas and says, yo, these two people sold the most jerseys in NBA history, we want to all applaud them for it, they probably would shake hands at that moment and be like, you know what, we all right.
Absolutely.
It is what it is.
Let me ask you, when's the next announcement?
I don't know, man. I was able to answer that clearly to you for announcement number 2.
Yeah.
The thing about announcement number 3, I haven't even decided which one it's going to be yet.
I'll text you which one I think. I know which one it should be though.
I haven't fully decided. I'm peeping some things. I'm seeing a couple things. I'm watching the interviews a little bit. I'm seeing what's what, and also I can't let the energy of the card alter RBE's work fashion either.
Okay.
RBE has had some of the best rollouts. Like we don't dump a full card out. We don't rush a card a couple weeks before. I mean, none of that with us. Even when there's other stuff that goes on, you see that we stick to our plan. We pride ourselves on that. When we did that Rare Breeze rollout with the mystery flyer and the blacked out silhouettes and filling in each one, we having fun. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the fans enjoy that too. Like, I see the fans that got an announcement yesterday still saying ARP drop tonight, today. And I'm just like, yo, my nigga, we just dropped yesterday. Sometimes you can't get caught up in a buzz. I see all these fans pounding on the door and I still got to step back and be like, we can't let the buzz stop us being out here rolling it out in a way that we think is correct. You know what I'm saying?
I was shocked they had dropped Verb and A1 so the next day though. I was shocked on that though.
It wasn't the day after Hitman and Will.
It was 2 days. It was 2 days after that, right?
It was definitely a couple days, at least three or four.
Yo,
minimum
you sure
3. Minimum
that?
3. It was minimum 3. It could have been. I could look at the channel, but we definitely didn't drop it the next day. I would never drop Hitman and Ill Will or main like that, and then the very next day another announcement. Like, so a lot of these matchups, they deserve their little spot. You know what I'm saying? They space. Let everybody catch up. Let the bloggers catch up. Let the media catch up. Let the fans catch up. So just because you dropped some shit yesterday doesn't mean that everybody knows about. You just said the Summer Madness dropped yesterday. I wasn't joking. There's no disrespect. Summer Madness is always one of the biggest events of the year, or the biggest event of the year, right?
Yes.
But I didn't catch up until 24 hours later. So we just showed that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm humble enough to understand, like, okay, you announced A Verb versus A Wood. That doesn't mean that the whole battle rap culture knows yet. Like, I'm not in my ego like that. So let the dust settle. Let me continue to peep the scene. Let me decide which one should be next. And then we'll go. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Any females on the card?
Yes.
Okay, good. I have to ask for the females out there. They IRP. Oh, we gonna have any girls on this special card? Just gotta make sure. I just throw it out there, man. What do you think about Payne and Av? Off RB right quick. Payne and Av, a guy that's under your tutelage, Payne. Him yet at Av. Are you happy for Payne to get a battle like that with Av?
Dope that Payne got himself to a point where he's battling. I'm hearing that Av could be on Summer Madness, for example, right? Av is who he is. Av is an extremely talented person. He's a sought after person. He's one of the best punchers of all time. He's a great battle rapper. And for Pain to, you know, be going like this on the come up and get an Av right now in his career is dope. It's a testament to the work that Pain is putting in and the RBE push behind them. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's dope. And we see that type of stuff all the time anyway. Like, you know, a lot of those battlers that have certain type of terms around them or restrictions or whatever, they find middle grounds to try to battle some of those guys. You know, like, of course, people would love to see an Av and Pain on RBE or on any other league, you know what I'm saying? But they find those middle grounds to do matchups like that, and I support it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's dope.
Are you working on Swag? Are you working on Swave and Jag? On the low?
Yo, I was on the phone with Jag the other day because I spoke to Swave like 4 or 5 days ago. And I can't say this actually because my card ain't rolled out yet. So I don't know because what'll happen is my answer will tell you whether that battle is or is not on the card. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, I can't even answer that right now. But yo, I'll say this: shout out to my nigga Swave, and shout out to my nigga Jag.
Right. I see a lot of people knocking on your door for Briz Rothstein.
Shout out to Briz. Shout out to Briz. I just said shout out to Briz. Yo, people don't know, man. Briz a good nigga, man. Briz a good dude. Briz always been a good dude in my direction. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Briz always been a good dude in my direction. We had some at times, you know, some real good intellectual conversations, talking about the culture, talking about the game, talking about stuff on his side, stuff on my side. You know what I'm saying? Briz a good dude. You know what I mean? I think people have wanted to see Briz come back, period. And definitely people are interested in seeing Briz on RBE. I've been seeing that for years. And then, of course, when you have an energy like Max Out 3, people start thinking that anything is a go. So anything that people want, they start to turn it to that energy. They say, we want to see Daylight and Lux. Max Out 3, what's up? We want to see Briz's return. Max Out 3, what's up? So that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, the energy just engulfs everything to the point where fans be like, oh, wait, we can possibly get this too that we've always wanted. You know what I mean? So I respect it, you know. So shout out to Briz. Shout out to Briz.
2 more questions. Why is there 10 battles on this card?
It was by accident. So first, I put together a core 5 battles, 3 rounders, of course, right? And then after that, a 6th battle, you know, just came out of the clouds. You know what I'm saying? Under some terms that was just like, not only does this matchup deserve to be on the card, but it's also something that I just can't ignore as far as like even the terms associated with it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, even though I had really cut it at 5 and I was like, that's it. You know what I mean? The way that 6th one came in, I was just like, let me create some space. Let me create some space. It's deserving. Let's get this in here. You know what I'm saying? And then I told Lawrence and Wing, I said, y'all got free reign to do anywhere from 3 to 4 matchups. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter whether it's an intake person, a brick, a no way out person, whatever. Y'all create y'all match up style of what y'all think, who you think deserves a shot, who you think deserves a card, who you think's been putting on for you, who you think is reliable, who you think's been really promoting for you or giving you good performances, whatever the case may be. You had to make 3 to 4 battles, and they made 4, right? Of course, they didn't take the 3, right? They made 4. So me carving out that top 6 and then them creating 4, we just landed on 10 by accident. You know what I'm saying? Just by accident. Real talk. I really cut my shit at 5. So
September 2nd, man. ARP RBE 10-year anniversary. This card is lit. This is everything. Please, y'all, listen to me. Get your pay-per-views now. Please. I'm trying to tell y'all. It's that real. This is not play. This ain't no BS, man. You know what I mean? ARP, I appreciate you, King.
My man, y'all, I appreciate you 3, man. Listen, I'm a double back. Let's spin back ASAP, man, because we got more announcements, more shit going on. I got more stuff that I'm gonna need to talk about. So you know how we give it up.
We'll talk. I appreciate you, my brother.
I got you, dude. You already.